You know what? I'm switching back to my GoPro 12 because right now my DJI Mic 2 in combination with the Osmo Action is absolutely trash. Maybe this is my kit, but let me just explain a little bit about the problems that I've been facing with this combo. So right now I've put both cameras on a tripod so they're standing next to each other in the same height. They're both recording 4K and 25 FPS, and I have horizon leveling enabled on both of them. That might not be necessary when they are on a tripod, but at least I want the cameras to to do a little bit of work while I'm recording this video, which would not be the case if it just had to record pure 4K. Osmo Action 4 is capable of recording 4K, GoPro Hero 12 Black or whatever combination it is capable of recording up to 5.3K, but I've decided for this video that I will keep both of them in 4K. Let's see if one of them dies during this recording. The Mic 2 that is currently wirelessly hooked up to the Osmo Action 4, and I'm doing an internal recording here on the transmitter, so I have a separate audio track to play around with. The problem is basically that this kit is super nice and the menus and everything is very responsible. But yesterday I recorded a 20-minute video where I was talking about all sorts of nice things walking through the royal garden up there. And when I came back home, some of it didn't contain audio. Let's just try out if I can walk over here. If the audio is some of it had strange noises introduced into it. No, but still. And it's really annoying that you end up doing a lot of work and then you don't have a reliable audio track. I originally bought the GoPro 12 because of recommendations as the internal audio is really good at that camera. But when I saw the release of the Osmo Action 4 and the Mic 2, I thought this would be a brilliant combination because that would allow me to move onto the other side of the here and still be able to talk to you and you can hear what I'm saying. At least that was the idea with this combination, because this seamlessly streams to the camera. This is not the case with the GoPro. Of course, the audio quality of the GoPro, that would be worse if I move away from the camera, as the microphone is located directly onto the camera. So that was the whole motivation and justification to get this kit. And I didn't even manage to convince DJI to send me one, so I had to go out and buy it for my hard-earned money. So expectations was of course high, and I love the flexibility that this kit would offer, that I could separate myself from the camera. Apart from the audio issues, I also have a little bit of an issue with sort of the color science that is used in the Osmo Action 4. I don't like the way that it portrays green. Let me just show you a few examples of this. To me, this does not reflect the color that I saw when I was recording the video. And it's kind of strange because sometimes it looks nice and sometimes it doesn't look nice. That's where you get like the consistent popping colors of the GoPro, and I really like that because that makes my work in post-processing less. You can find situations where the footage from the Osmo Action actually looks good, but look at this, it's kind of over-sharpened. The green is not really green, and I really, to be perfectly honest, don't fancy the look of it. And it is recorded in the standard color profile, so there's nothing in there that needs to be sort of spiced up with a lot or something. As you can hear in this example, there are some strange noises being introduced in the footage while I'm walking. And with further consideration and consulting one of my friends, we might come to the conclusion that this is the zipper that is actually rubbing against the microphone, creating this noise. But this is not the first time that I've experienced this. When I was out for one of these try and fly events that I'm hosting together with the DJI store Denmark, I had a ton of issues with audio crackling up, audio not sort of coming through on the right way.
Henrik, din mikrofon er ikke ude, den virker ikke.
That was because we had a lot of electronics going on out there that was disturbing the signal between the microphone and the camera. I don't know. Så kan man sige, og i sport mode, der kan den virkelig flyve stærkt. But as you can hear from this example, the audio quality is really not nice and it's definitely not usable for a video. So when I experienced it yesterday, in combination with the try and fly event, and also I had the issue one time before when I was recording an internal video for the channel, where I suddenly moved myself away from, maybe I can try it here. I moved myself away from the camera. There's a nice green bar on the top that goes back and forward that will allow me to see that I'm recording. But if I'm moving myself away from the camera, maybe I'm going over here, approximately to this distance, I think it will disconnect. And then when I'm coming back, I had problems that the camera would simply not connect. So let's see how it goes this time. So, yeah, it kept the connection. No, now it's frozen. Now the green bar is frozen, no matter what I do. Let me just... You can see the green bar in the top here. That should go back and forward. It's not. So right now, I will basically be recording video on the camera that has no audio. Then of course you say, okay, you have an audio track on the transmitter that's recorded locally. Luckily they made that feature, so it's actually, if it loses connection to the camera, let me just see if I can get it up and running again here. So, just turn it off here. So see, so now it's reconnecting and it's still recording internally. So now the green bar goes up, up and down again. But it didn't do that before. So then you're probably saying, yeah, but then you have an internal audio track on the transmitter that you can use. And that is correct. But the problem with that audio track, especially from that event, because we were recording over a longer period of time, is that it didn't synchronize the whole way. So I was recording in 25 frames per second because I had another guy helping me record some stuff there, and we needed to synchronize the footage afterwards. So when I tried to put this recording below the audio track and also synchronize it in Final Cut, it was only synchronized part of the way. Some strange artifacts or delays were introduced in the audio track, so it was kind of stretched or compressed in certain areas. So it was not adding up with the camera audio. Of course, there was no synchronization in the area where I was missing the audio, but in the areas where I had bad audio quality, where it was crackling and all that stuff, it's easy to synchronize an external track to the main track by just doing like a multicam synchronization in Final Cut. But that turned out to be an absolute nightmare to edit that video. It was very, very difficult to do a good job there. So I was cursing a lot. So that's basically the biggest problem that I have with this camera, is that the stability between this audio recorder and the camera is not really good. Hopefully it's my specific sample that is causing the problem. I've not yet been able to convince DJI support that this is the case. They are suggesting all sorts of stuff that I've tried in advance. I also updated for the latest firmware. I also did, all sorts of stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of this test. But as it is right now, I will stop using this combination because maybe I will use this as a separate recorder. Yeah, I can do that. That's absolutely no problem in doing that. But can't be in the field doing recordings, and especially in events where you're getting paid to produce an end result and don't have reliable audio equipment. There's nothing worse than watching a video where the mouth is basically not synchronized with the audio track. That's really, really, really bad. That's maybe not as bad as bad audio, but it's close. I'm still a big fan of the DJI implementation of the software. They have way better implementation towards the app, and also the menu systems and everything is like very, very responsive on an Osmo Action. The GoPro is, they're a little bit more sluggish. But that doesn't matter by the end of the day. If you can't trust the media that's on the camera, then it's worthless if you can scroll through the menus a little bit faster than you can on the other one. So now we have both cameras recording, so we can do like a comparison of the A and B camera, so you can see the difference in the colors from each of them. And a little tip when you're recording from multiple cameras is that you have to do this. that will give you 3 distinct claps inside the audio track that will allow you to sync up everything very easily. So yeah, they have standard colors as it is right now. Let's just turn it around here so maybe we can get some footage from the nice park here. Just walk a little bit with them, just to make sure that we have sufficient footage. And this is my old Stingray. It's very, very nice weather, so it's obvious that I should use that one. So what do you think? What do you think the difference between the recordings from the Osmo Action on this side and the GoPro on this side? And the biggest problem with these disconnects is that even that you have the green bar on top of the camera, if you are this far away, you will not be able to know if the recording has stopped. And you need to make sure that this one glows red. That makes sure that it records onto the transmitter as well. So until I found a reasonable resolution on this and I gain confidence in using this combination as well, I will not be using the Osmo Action. So why don't you just use the Osmo Action like you use the GoPro? You can do that. Yeah, I could probably do that. But on top of that, as I just told you, I don't like the colors of the Osmo Action. I like the colors of the GoPro even better. So unless I am in a low light situations where you could benefit from the larger sensor in the Osmo Action 4, I actually don't see any reason why I should use this, especially when this connection is super unreliable. And when you're recording with cameras like this, regardless if it's one or the other, you need to edit your footage because there will be a lot of rubbish in there that you don't want to bore your audience with. And for that purpose, you need a video editor. And I have made a tutorial on probably the best and the most easiest and definitely the most affordable video editor on the market yet. That's Capcut. So by watching this full beginner's tutorial that I've made around Capcut, you will be able to make your first video in less than 30 minutes because I've broken everything down to easy follow along steps that will make it very, very uncomplicated for you to edit your first video. If you're interested in that, it doesn't cost you anything. You can access it through this card. Other issues that I've been running into while I was using the camera is that during the try and fly event I had an overheating issue and the camera shut down after approximately 25 to 30 minutes of on and off use, and it said overheating and that the camera needed to cool down. And I was not even recording in 4K. This was bumped down to 2.7K as the other guy was only recording in 1080p. So there's no reason to do the full 4K recording. The camera, the Osmo Action, was put inside the protective case, and of course that does not help with the heat dissipation after all. Despite that, even if it was a hot day, the camera actually shut down due to overheat. I thought that was a GoPro issue. It'd be funny to see which one of those are shutting down here while we're doing the recording here. I do want to say that I haven't had any overheating issues with the GoPro as it is right now. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then feel free to give it a like. If you didn't like it, feel free to press the dislike button twice. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next one.